Hey guys, welcome back to day 28 of Discovery. Today we're going to start on our backs, a little different. I do want to prepare us for splits at the end. There's something on my toe. So let's gently and slowly lay back and just give your knees a nice hug. If you want to rock gently back and forth, go for it. And I just want you to take a few breaths, becoming present on your mat, letting go of everything you have going on. And go ahead and bring your left leg down, hugging that right leg in. We're going to twist it over to the left, bringing our right arm out, both shoulder blades close to or on the mat. You can look over to your right hand if you'd like. Take a breath. Coming back to center, hugging that knee in again. This time grabbing the outside of that foot and aiming that knee towards the ground. It's probably not going to reach, but eventually it will. We just want to open up that hip and stretch out that hamstring. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Take a breath. And now we're going to bring that knee in. Left leg comes up. And I want you to hug that knee in as close as you can. Well, not the knee, the leg, I'm sorry. Hugging your leg as close as you can to your body. And just breathe. If you're able to stretch out that left leg, go for it. But if you need to bring it in, feel free. And let's wrap our hands around the bottom of that leg and see if you can hold it here. Again, if you need to bring that knee up, that's fine. We're breathing. And bring that leg straight up. We're going to walk our hands up the ankle and just hold it. You can lift your upper back off of the mat. Make sure you're breathing. And walk those hands back down. Left leg comes up now, hugging that knee in. And we're going to twist it over to the right. Bringing that left arm out, both shoulder blades on the mat. Take a breath. And coming back to center. Bend that knee, grabbing the outside of that foot. And we want to bring the knee towards the ground. It might not be close. It might still be like 6 inches away. That's okay. You should still feel the stretching in the hamstring. Trying to keep that right leg flat on your mat and activating that leg to keep it straight. Breathing. Now we're going to wrap our arms around that lower leg and just hug it in toward your body. Breathing. If you need to bring that foot up, go ahead. And now we're going to wrap both forearms around the lower leg and hug it in close to our body, as close as you can. Breathing. Bring that leg up straight. We're gonna walk our hands up to our ankle and bring the knee like you want to bring knee to nose. You can lift your upper back off of the mat and just breathe. Walk it back down. Hug it in one more time. And let's lower it down. Let's take a big good morning stretch. Arms overhead, legs. Every time I do this stretch, I yawn. I don't know what it is, but I yawn. I guess that's why it's called a good morning stretch. I don't even know if that's really what it's called, but that's what I call it. And if you want to rock and roll to come up, you can. If not, just turn to one side and gently come up. You're just going to hug into a little ball and start gaining some momentum, coming into a seat. Coming into your comfortable seat, crossing whichever leg over the other. You can be crisscross applesauce, one leg on top of the other, or half lotus. Sitting up nice and tall. We're just going to breathe in. Arms overhead. We're going to grab our left wrist with our right hand and exhale over to the right. Coming back through center, stretch those arms up. Deep breath in, left hand grabs right wrist, exhale, stretch it over. Keeping both sits bones on the mat. And come back up. Let's walk it out. Forehead can come to the mat. If not, don't worry. You can keep it lifted, but if you are keeping it lifted, keep that neck in line with your spine. And walk it back up. Whichever leg was on top is now going to be on the bottom. Breathe in, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in. Exhale, hands come up and open. Breathe in, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in. Exhale, arms open. And now we're going to walk forward. Again, if forehead does not reach the mat, keeping spine in line, keeping your neck in line with your spine, or I guess you could say spine in line with your neck. Taking a breath. And let's walk, get back up. Let's unravel and come into tabletop. You want to tighten your core here, flat back, long spine, neck in line, neck in line with spine. We're going to bring our right leg up and we're going to center those hips to the mat. So square those hips, left arm comes up, and I want you to reach with your fingertips and reach with your toes as much as you can. Keeping your core engaged. And let's bring it down. Left leg comes up, Squaring those hips. Right arm comes up. Point your toes and reach with your fingers and toes as much as you can, keeping that core engaged. Breathing. And lower it down. Let's do a couple cat-cows. So we're gonna breathe in to open, chest is open. I really like to open my shoulders here. That allows my chest to open some more. And let's not kink our neck back. Just lift your neck, lift your chin a little. Deep breath in, and then exhale to round through. Now your chin comes to your chest, and we're really pushing through our mat, rounding that back. And this is where you exhale completely. Breathe in, opening that chest. Exhale, round it through. Breathe in, and exhale to round. Coming back to a flat back. We're gonna come right into our downward dog. Walking out, stretching those hamstrings, calves, ankles, heels. Breathing, never holding our breath. Even if I have to remind you 1,000,000 times, I will. And it might get annoying and repetitive, but I'd rather you be annoyed and breathing than not annoyed and holding your breath. So let's tip that tailbone towards the sky. And once you tip that tailbone towards the sky, it actually lengthens your spine. Let's take a deep breath in. Right leg high. Make a big circle. Bring it back to the mat. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Exhale, round it down. One more time. And this time, lift your leg, three-legged dog. Breathe in. Exhale, bring it through the center. Lift that knee towards your chest. And exhale, step it up. Lower down on that back leg. Slowly rise up. Squaring those hips to the front. From there, if you want to sink into your front hip, make sure you're not turning. Make sure you keep front hip right, back hip to the left so it keeps you squared. Breathe in, exhale, belly to thigh, steeple grip, deep breath, hands come down, lift up on the back leg, come into your first plank. Take a deep breath in, exhale, right leg comes up, little circle, back to the mat. Lift that leg, little circle, back to the mat. Coming straight to your downward dog. Breathing, walking it out. On your next breath in, left leg reaches high, three-legged dog. Exhale, make your circle, bring it back down. Breathe in, lift it high, three-legged dog. Exhale, make that circle, down to the mat. One more time. This time, three-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, round that back, lift that leg, come through center, step it up. Lower down on that back leg. Slowly rise, lifting those arms. Square those hips. Now you can sink. Make sure you're not turning. Keeping those hips squared to the front. Deep breath in, exhale, belly to thigh. Steeple grip. Take a breath. Hands to the mat. Pop up on that back foot. Come into your plank. High plank. Breathe in, left leg comes up, little circle, and back. Lift, circle, back to the mat. This time, chaturanga. If you need to lower your knees, go for it. Deep breath in. Open it up. Curl those toes, come back to downward dog. Take a deep breath. Walk it out. Stepping up into your forward fold. Activate those quads, those thighs, tightening your core. Bringing more weight into your toes. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Grab those elbows. Sway from side to side. Small bend in your knees. And keeping your elbows, keep your hands on your elbows. Take a deep breath in, bend in those knees. Slowly rise. Exhale, arms overhead. Deep breath in. Over to the right. Exhale. Coming back through center. Deep breath in. Exhale, over to the left. Coming back through and lower back down. Holding onto those elbows the whole time. Staying in your forward fold. I have to fix my hair because it's falling out. If you want to go ahead and hug it in or sway it out, maybe walk your hands over to the left or walk your hands over to the right. Wherever you are, I will meet you in forward fold. Let's come into a halfway lift, hands on your shins, flat back. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the mat. Coming into our plank, drop those knees down. Then your chest and chin. Flatten your feet. Take a breath. Coming onto our bellies. Hands come behind, down by your sides. Feet are together. Keeping the neck in line with your spine. We're going to take a deep breath in. And exhale to lift. Lower it down. Deep breath in. Exhale. Lift. Lower it down. Hands come under your shoulders now. We're going to do some baby cobras. So roll those shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift. You should be able to lift your hands off pretty easily because you're using your lower back muscles to lift. Lower down. Roll those shoulders back. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. And lower down. Curl those toes. Come back to your downward dog. Breathing, walking, stretching. Tuck that tailbone up towards the sky. On your next breath in, right leg reaches high. Exhale, stack those hips, bend that knee. Deep breath in, exhale, right knee to right elbow. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Three-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, come through the center, drop it down to pigeon. Sliding that back leg back. Hips are squared to the front of your mat. Go ahead and lower down. You can come onto your forearms or all the way down to forehead. Breathing. By the way, we will be using blocks towards the end and maybe a little bit in between. So if you don't have your blocks with you, I suggest pausing the video and going to grab them. If you don't have blocks, it's okay. You can do it without them. One more deep breath. And let's slowly walk it back up. Turning to the back leg that's out long. Placing that hand on the back of your thigh, looking over that shoulder. Take a breath. And let's lift that back leg up. Grabbing that heel, stretch it in towards your glute. Elbow towards the sky. And gently lower it down. We're going to curl our back toes, lift that back leg, and we're going to kick that right leg out, lifting the hips, left arm over the ear. Deep breath in. Exhale. Turning our upper body and coming to high plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, come forward. Upward dog. Curl those toes. Come back to your downward dog. Walk it out. Take a deep breath. Stretch those heels towards the mat. Tuck that tailbone towards the sky. On your next breath in, right leg reaches high, three-legged dog. Exhale, stacking those hips, bending that leg. Breathe in. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Three-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Exhale, lower it down into pigeon pose. Take a breath. Walk it down. Maybe you stop at your forearms or maybe you go all the way down. Take a few breaths. Slowly rising up. Walking it back up, turning towards that leg that's out long behind us, putting that hand on your thigh, looking over that shoulder. Take a breath. And let's lift up on that back leg, grab that heel, stretch it in towards the glute. Your elbow is towards the sky. Take a deep breath. One more. And gently lower it down, hands back to the mat. Lift up on that back leg. And we're gonna slide that left leg out to the side, lifting up those hips. Right arm comes over the right ear. Take a breath. Turning our upper body, coming back into plank. Right into downward dog. Walk it out. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're gonna walk into forward fold. Roll it up. Breathe in. Exhale, dive it down. Walk. Exhale, walk it back up. Slowly rise, breathe in. Exhale, dive it down. Walk it right back into your plank. Breathe in. Exhale, walk it back up. Breathe in. Exhale, walk it back to your plank. This time, chaturanga. You can drop your knees down if you need. Deep breath in. Exhale, open it up. Curl those toes. Downward dog, walk it out. On your next breath in, tuck that tailbone towards the sky. Right leg high. Exhale, step it up. Turn on that back foot. Rise up. Warrior one. Breathing. Opening up, widening your stance. Warrior two. Now if you want, we are going to practice some half moon. So again, if you don't have your blocks, it's okay. If you do, bring them a little closer. Just pause the video. And then meet me back in warrior two. Deep breath in. Flip that front palm, reach front. Exhale. Peaceful warrior. Keep that bend in your front leg. Straighten that front leg. Stretch it back a little more. Take a breath. And come into your triangle. If you need a block here, or you can just grab onto your shin. Let's slowly turn and bend that front leg, framing that foot. You might want to step it up a little closer so that you can come into your standing split. If you're going to use a block for half moon, I suggest putting it vertically to give you some more height. Having a small bend in that front leg will help too. And flexing your back foot will help. Deep breath in. Exhale. Open it up. Half moon. And slowly lower down gracefully, not like I did. Coming into your forward fold. Hug it in. Deep breath in, roll it up. Exhale, arms overhead, hands to heart. Let's do some balance pose. Let's do eagle today. Eagle is good. Let's bend both knees, standing up nice and tall. You can bring your hands to your heart. Breathe in, right leg lifts. Exhale, cross it over. If you need to place that toe on the ground, feel free. Maybe you can wrap it all the way around. If so, make sure you square your hips back to the front. Arms come out. Right arm underneath. And maybe you can sink a little deeper. Breathing. Lifting that leg and lowering it down. Bending both legs, hands back to your heart. Lifting that left leg. Breathe in. Exhale. Arms come out. Left arm comes under. Maybe you sink a little deeper. Finding your focus. Breathe. halfway lift, flat back. Breathe in, and then exhale, forward fold. Come right into your downward dog. Walk it out for a moment. Tug that tailbone up towards the sky. Breathe in, left leg comes high. Exhale, round it through. Step it up. Turn on that back foot. Rise up, warrior one. Back leg is straight, kneecap lifted. Bend in your front knee. Upper body towards the front of your mat. Take a deep breath. Open up, widen your stance to come into your warrior two. Breathing. Flip that front palm. Breathe in, reach front. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Keep that bend in your front leg. Straighten that front leg. Stretch it back a little further. Take a breath. Coming into your triangle. You might want to use your block here. Open it up. Flat chest. Shoulders are stacked. Breathe. And let's slowly turn, bending on that front leg. We're going to frame that foot. Turn on the back foot, so now you're on the ball of that foot. And just step it up a little closer so that you can gently come into your standing split. And if you don't have a block, just see if you can maybe open up without it. You don't have to look to the right because that's going to throw off your balance. You can still look down. But just try lifting that leg, flexing that foot, and opening that arm to the sky. If you do have a block, vertical is going to give you more height. Make sure all four corners of that foot is on the mat. Bend in that leg, and then open it up. Take a deep breath. And gently come out of it, coming into forward fold. Hug it in if you'd like. Deep breath in, slowly rise. Exhale, arms overhead, hands to heart. Deep breath in. Reach those arms over. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift. Flat back. Forward fold. Hands to the mat. Coming into a plank. Last chaturanga. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Open it up. Knees come to the ground. Wide-legged child's pose. Glutes come to your heels, forehead to the mat. Chest, you really want to sink that chest towards the mat. Breathing. And come into tabletop. Swing those legs around. We're going to do some core work and then work on our splits. Let's slowly lay back. Legs come up. I'm going to keep my upper back lifted. I'm going to bring my left leg out and I'm going to turn to crunch. Keeping those elbows wide. I mean, it's not terribly important that they're super perfectly wide, but when you come back, open them up. Make sure you're breathing. And take it to the other side. We're going to bring that right leg out, suspend it, and crunch it. Lay back, hug it in. Legs come up. Hands can come under those glutes just to keep them from moving around. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower down about 30 degrees. Hold, breathe in. Lower, exhale. Breathe in, lower, exhale, and lower to the ground. One more time, and then we're done with forward. Lift those legs up, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower, 30 degrees. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower. And come down. Hug those knees in. Bringing our feet down to the ground. We're going to do bridge pose. But if you have a block, I'd like for you to incorporate it here. If you don't, just do a regular bridge pose. What we're going to do is hands down by your side, feet close to your glutes, knees in line with the hips. We don't want them to splay out. See if you can lift and maybe secure that block under your sacrum. Now, you might not be able to get it up vertically. If not, put it horizontally so it's more comfortable for you. And let's just hold the bridge pose. If you do not have a block, just do 2 bridge poses, holding it for 3 breaths, each one. Take a breath. One more breath. And lift and remove that block. Now, let's bring our right leg, cross it over the left, coming into a figure 4. Lift that leg off the mat. Let's intertwine our fingers behind the left thigh, bringing it in towards our body. You can use the right elbow to push out on the right knee for a little bit more stretch as you bring it in closer. Take a few breaths. Lower down, let's switch sides. Left leg crosses over the right, lifting that right leg, intertwining those fingers behind the right thigh, and bringing it in towards our bodies. Again, left elbow pushing out on left knee. We'll open up that hip a little bit more and give you a really nice hamstring stretch. A few breaths. in a seated position, I want to work on some splits. So you can either rock and roll or just turn to one side and gently come up, coming into a little ball and starting to gain momentum. In order to properly rock, you don't let your feet or head touch the mat. So you should be able to rock several times without either using your core in the proper way to rock and roll. But, you know, again, it comes with time. So if you have blocks, let's grab them. If not, it's okay. You can still work on your splits without them. I did for many, many months before I got blocks. Let's come in to a low lunge, left foot forward. If you have your blocks, bring them. You know the drill. In line with the ankle. Let's square our hips to the front without turning our bodies. We're gonna keep that left hip back, right hip forward, but we're sinking into that front hip. Just take a few breaths. And let's come back to our runner's lunge. If you need to bring those blocks or hands back a little bit, go for it. You don't want to sit down in this position because you're not going to really feel it. The more lifted you are and the more you come forward over that leg, the more you're going to feel it and the more beneficial it will be. Take a few breaths. And come into the front one more time. Blocks in line with that ankle. Keeping those hips squared, sinking deep into that front hip. Taking a few breaths. And come back to your runner's lunge. Coming forward, I'm going to inch back on my back leg, bringing my blocks closer to the middle of my mat. Then I'm going to push forward with my front leg, sitting up nice and tall. Breathing. Now to come out of it, I'm going to turn the lower part of my back leg. Then I'm going to bring both hands to the right side of my mat. And then I'm going to bring my knee in and my toes and then my knee. And then I can easily bring both legs together without hurting myself coming out of it. Now we're going to come into a right low lunge. Lining up my blocks or my hands with my front ankle. And then I'm going to square my hips by bringing the right hip back, left hip forward a little bit. And then I'm going to sink into the front hip. Breathing. The deeper, more long breath you take, the more your muscles will relax. Come into our runner's lunge. Again, staying up high and coming over that leg is much more beneficial than trying to sit back and do it that way. I promise you're gonna feel it more if you do it this way. Keeping it up higher, bringing that spine over, bending from your hip, keeping that spine straight, and breathing. Foot is flexed. Coming back through. Squaring those hips, sinking into that front hip. Long, big, deep breaths. Coming back to your runner's lunge. Now I'm going to start to bring my blocks back to the middle of my mat, and then I'm going to inch back and slide forward, sitting up nice and tall. Breathing. And then I'm going to turn the lower part of my back leg, bring both hands or blocks to the left side, bring my knee in, then my toes, then my knee and toes. That way I can come back gently without hurting myself. Let's swing those legs around and come into a comfortable corpse pose. I find that when I bring a block to my sacrum, it really feels nice, but not everybody feels that way, so, you do you, boo. Whatever is comfortable for you, letting go, letting your body sink into your mat. Close your eyes, relax every inch of your body, unclench your teeth if they're clenched. I catch myself a lot clenching my teeth, and that's a sign of stress. Let's just take some nice deep breaths, slow and controlled. Imagining you're laying in your hammock on an island somewhere with clear blue water, white sand, so soft, and the wind is just gently pushing you side to side. Your eyes are closed. You feel the wind tickle your face. You hear the waves crashing. Go ahead and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and gently turn to one side if you have a block under your back. If not, just meet me in a comfortable seat, or if you did have a block under your back, I highly suggest putting a quick plow pose at the end of your practice, because yin and yang. When you arch your back, you need to round your back. When you stretch one leg, you need to stretch the other leg. And gently come out of it, keeping those knees close to your face, one vertebrae at a time. And hug those knees in. If you're not in a seat already, again, you can turn to one side or rock and roll up to a seat. Again, another great way to round your back if you had just arched your back. Everything is yin and yang. So I always try to do the opposite of what we just did to keep our bodies balanced, right? I'm sitting up on my block to open up my hips. You can do whatever you want. You can sit on 2 blocks if you want, or none. Let's sit up nice and tall, hands in your lap or on your knees, shoulders down away from your ears. Close your eyes, and we're gonna do 2 ohms. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Give yourself a little smile. Hands to heart. You can gently open your eyes. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me for day 28. If you've been here for the entire 28 days, thank you. You are incredible. Pat yourself on the back. That is a lot of yoga, 28 days straight. And for those of you who have been doing my yoga for even longer than that, incredible. Absolutely incredible. You guys really know how to show up for yourselves and love yourselves, and that makes me so proud. I hope to see you all for day 29 tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.